When I first actually saw the mihrab, I was imagining myself in the shrine. That space was more familiar to my eye than, seeing this piece in the context in a very limited space of the called mihrab room here. I was immediately reflecting on the color, the effect of this piece and imagining, how beautiful that building was. This is my first time in Shangri. So excited. After seeing all of the stuff back in Iran, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing them now. Just seeing the environment, the sound of ocean, because I went to the shrine multiple times. I couldn't hear the sound of ocean near any of these buildings. It brings up the conversation of, why this piece is here. Is it good for this piece to be next to the ocean? My background is in architecture. I came to the US with a very clear idea of what I'm going to do. Coming to the Shangri-La because we have a largest collection of luster tiles, Persian luster tiles here. I found these sort of connections or hope to make conversation with Hawaiians because they know they have lost their lands, many of their aspects of their life. So it's very important that when you're talking with these people about your experience of loss, they can understand. If I wanted to capture my experience in one word, reunion. It was a moment of reunion for me. Pieces that I was quite familiar with them before coming, and that was, immediately recognizing them. That was a very important moment. So reunion, I think that's the word. I started working on luster tiles after I visited one of the buildings in Baramin, which the mihrab is here. The mihrab of the Imamzadeh Yahya is here. So I was working on another building in Baramin. I was very interested in the history of that city, and then became familiar with the Imamzadeh. So that was a story that I first encountered buildings, the absence of these tiles, not seeing them in museums. So this is a very different experience.
But if you want to have better quality, you could always do the other step. So what I'm going to go over now. My name is Yuen. I am the owner of 3Z Proto at Hawaii. So today I am at Shangri-La helping with a 3D scanning service. Regarding the 3D scanning that I am doing, I actually wanted it first to correct the jumbling of the tiles. And that's why I'm doing the 3D scanning tile by tile. For me, one of my main concern in my whole research, working on, experiencing with different mediums to connect with my audience, with my broader audience, because I think, again, it's a very important purpose to have to convey the message of the research that we are doing into the public and translate it into a way that they can use it and they can grasp and see pieces from different perspectives. One of the goals that I had before coming to Shangri-La was actually doing some experiment with the effect of light in these pieces. The absence of their setting here, their buildings, right? Because either it's a mihrab, or it's a cenotaph, or a tombstone. They had a whole different life before coming and being displayed in this context. So I really want and wish that audience can imagine those spaces, those absence.
Connecting our audiences to the original sites, to the original cultures. The online exhibition that you've been working on for several years, along with collaborators, and also the particular article that was recently released about the mihrab that provides really the full timeline.
That exhibition is directed and it started with my very good colleague Dr. Keelan Overton, to see when your piece is out, and you get reflection. You, for example, see people have read about it, you start asking questions. And even one of the interesting things that I witnessed actually in Shangri-La is that your colleagues were, start reading these things, incorporating the information in their talks to the audience. And that was very important for me, because we are working on these pieces to send messages to the public, to our audience.
Anything from your time in Hawaii, personally or academically, or your time here at Shangri-La that you'll carry with you?
The moment that we had a call with the community in Iran, with the help of the Office of the Cultural Heritage in Baramin, and you and your colleagues here, you're very supportive about this idea of connecting buildings, tiles, and communities, was a very important moment, I think, from my residency. It's been more than 125 years that these three components are separated with each other. But looking at those people who came to the shrine, and imagining they were looking at an empty space, but at the same time we were looking at the mihrab. It's a moment that I will carry, one of the big moments that I will carry with myself. It was a very powerful moment. Speaking of coming back, I would love to come back, because again, I wanted to have multiple visits to my friends, and have more reunions. The kind of support and enthusiasm that I witnessed in the staff here was very interesting for me. And yeah, I would love to come back and see the pieces again in person, see my friends, both humans and tiles.